fixing my eyes because I was crying because you made me laugh so hard. So I'm not starting this. I'm not starting this upset.
The dab. The dab.
My orange spray tan.
I haven't done tanning. I haven't done tanning in so long that now I'm scared if I put self-tanner on. Like, I'm so white, I'm almost purple. And that then it's like, if you at all miss a spot, it's like the discrepancy is so extreme. So we heated our pool because now the weather's changing. So I'm like, let me just like try and like cut the blue in the pale, like the purple tone, warm it up a little bit, and then I can like start put a little like self-tanner on without it being like purple and then orange.
Oompa Loompa.
Like, yeah.
The elbows never lie.
The elbow's a thing, man.
The elbows reveal all of what's happening with the spray tan.
Is it like a place you went to and you stand there with like a shower cap on and then you stand there like this and you rotate?
It's like
a bot and then it sprays you. I did one like that once.
And it's freezing. And I have to constantly tell myself that it's kind of like going to the gynecologist where I'm like, she does this all day. She's seen it all. She always tells, whenever I go, I always wear my own underwear because I'm just like...
As opposed to whose underwear?
I can't go all naked. Like, a lot of people just go naked, and I just can't.
Wait, they go to the gynecologist naked?
No! At the spray tan place.
Oh!
The spray tan place.
Oh!
Yes.
I thought you're like, at the gynecologist, I wear my own underwear. I'm like, some people go naked. Just like, I'm like, I'm really not tracking here, and I think I need more coffee.
You're like, who's your doctor?
Okay, so when you're standing there for the spray tan, you have your own underwear on.
Yes.
As opposed to no underwear.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily your own underwear. It's just you wear underwear. You wear your underwear. You keep your underwear on.
I wear my underwear, but a lot of people go, obviously they don't wear anything because they're probably going to Vegas and
they don't want any lines.
They're not wearing anything in Vegas anyways, so they don't want any lines. So when I go, I have my own thong on. I'm going to say thong because I want my butt cheeks.
Yeah, you want golden cheeks.
Just in case the cheeks are going to come out, which I didn't get this spray tan because for the sake of wearing a bathing suit. It was just a dress that I was wearing. But in case my cheeks reared their cheeky heads, I wanted my cheeks tanned. But she always offers every time I go, she's very sweet, and she's like, she has the disposable thongs. Have you ever seen those?
They're a little crispy. The ones I've been offered. I've only been offered crispy panties. And they look a little like they'd make a worse line than... Yeah, well,
at this place, it's like a bowl of shower caps or whatever to cover your hair. It's like this netting thing, and then there's a bowl of the underwear, which are in these tiny packages. I mean, you look at them and you're like, okay, that's gonna cover what?
Uh-huh.
It's basically like a string thong and then like a hairnet covering a tiny triangle. So I'm like, that or nothing. It's pretty much the same thing. So I'll just wear my granny thong, which is a conservative thong, I would say, which is basically like what my bikini bottoms look like anyways. I'm not wearing the most like sexy...
You're not doing the 1950s version of a panty. There is a place for those though. It's called Nighttime in My Pajamas.
Yes, so...
I love a good granny panty.
Oh, I do.
Just cause. Anyhow, that's a whole other just cause.
I have so many granny panties, which probably need like I need to go new granny panty shopping.
Amazon's great for that. Okay, so you're standing there in your own panties.
In my own panties.
And do you do this? Where you stand there like this?
Yes.
Well, and is it a machine that does it, or does she stand there with like a blowhose? She sprays you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And what about like your face?
So she does the whole like, so you're like a robot. Your arms are up, and then she's like, okay, turn to the side, and then she sprays the side of you, and then she's like, you kind of have to. Oh, I mean, the worst or the best, depending where you want your lines in your spray tan, is she makes you spread your legs, and then she's like, okay, slightly bend over and stick your butt out.
I get told that all the time.
Again, why I wear my own underwear. Because...
But I understand that, because if she doesn't have you do that, you're going to get like the white crease, like where your tushy hits your thighs. If your tushy hits your thighs. Some people, it doesn't, and well done.
Well done.
But yeah, you don't want like a white line under there.
Yeah. So,
I've only been in ones where it's a machine, so this is fascinating. I've never had like a chick spraying me.
I would love to have just something at me, because every time I go, I feel like I have to like, it's like the gynecologist. I'm like, oh, I haven't been working out as much as I would like to be. Like, I feel like I have to just say this disclaimer on why I'm like, oh, sorry about this extra roll.
Listen, I think we think people are thinking about us more than they are. And I think she sees so many bodies in one day, I don't think she's remembering the...
She couldn't care less.
Spherical measurements of your rolls.
She couldn't care less.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, so
you're rotating, you're bending over,
you're bending over.
Twister.
It's ice cold on the. It's so cold, whatever she's spraying, and I'm just like, okay. And then the face part is so you have to hold your breath, close your eyes, and you're just kind of hoping for the best. And she just goes up and down a few times, and then with mine, I was like, I didn't have a ton of time. So I had the spray tan, and I didn't realize I was going to have plans the day that I got the spray tan.
Oh,
so
no. You're always so dark on the day of the tan.
Well, you have to wash off the top layer.
But not till later, right?
And I didn't have time.
Right.
So she had to powder me down.
Powder you?
Yeah, because I was probably going to sweat. So then I would be out, like, dripping orange.
Oh, you'd have, like, a Rudy Giuliani issue.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So she's powdering me, and then she's like, you can't wash your hands today. You can't wear deodorant. You can't wear, like, anything that's, like, you know, like, no makeup, whatever. And in my head, I was like, I can do this. I can do this. She's like, no white. And I was going to an event where there was a lot of white. And she's like, no white. I'm like, okay, yep. But I was thinking, you know what? I'm not gonna not wash my hands. That's really gross.
Yeah.
And the spray tan, it's like, I don't care if my hands aren't tanned. And also, I don't want my palms to be dark. So don't worry, I washed my hands that day. I survived. I have deodorant that's like a paste. So I did that. The makeup, the face was too much. It was too much.
Yeah, you don't even need, if you put makeup on top of an overly tanned face, unless that's your aesthetic in Miami or something. But I notice anytime I try to do makeup on top of tan, I don't look like myself. I look like a weird, trashy version of myself that I don't even recognize. It's like you have to do the like au naturel, just brows and some mascara and gloss.
Oh, there were photos taken that day, and I was outside, so I wanted to have sunscreen on, and I couldn't use a normal sunscreen, so I had a powder sunscreen, which has color in it.
Uh-oh. We've got a...
I had like 4 layers of brown and orange on, I feel like. And then there were photos taken, and in my head, I'm like, it'll be okay. And then I looked, and like, I honestly, it's the worst thing to say, but I felt like I looked like, you know when they put makeup on dead people? Like, who's the guy? What's the name of the guy in the funeral home? Who does
mortician.
All that? Yeah, like the mortician guy. Like when they like embalm, it's so bad. But you know how you see a dead person at a funeral, and they don't. If you know them, you're like they don't look like themselves.
Yes, because they're dead.
Yeah,
number one. So there's no like living life force coming from them, so their face does change a little bit, and the tone of their skin changes with lack of blood flow. But yeah, then they kind of like don't really care about like color matching skin tone, you know, and they have to overcompensate for the gray tones.
I feel like I look at them though, and I'm like, oh, like it's like the curtain doesn't match the carpet. Like right. I'm just like the shade of the rest of the body. Again, I'm there paying my respects and very sad, but I'm also like, oh, they
morbidly curious.
I'm morbidly curious, but I'm just like, it's just off a shade if they just. But that's how I felt like I looked, and then I I guess I don't normally wear a ton of makeup. I really don't. I'm like a mascara, gloss, and blush girl. So when I had all these like caked on layers, I was just like, I don't know who I am. This is not me in the
Did you
photos.
feel weird that night?
I felt weird.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't feel well, but I kind of didn't feel well, but I think it was in part because I was like, I don't feel like I'm me right now.
I get like a cat with whiskers cut off if my hair's wrong, or if my makeup is like, I remember this one, I mean, there's like so many times if my hair's wrong, I literally feel like, and like I'm bumping into walls. Yes. I'm like,
no, I left early. I left early.
Yeah.
I left early because I was like, I felt so off. I felt weird. I didn't feel like, and then like I was meeting new people, and I'm like, I wanted to say to them like, this really isn't me. Like this is not you know.
Yeah.
I'm more basic.
Yeah.
Simple.
I want to see pictures.
Oh gosh, I will show you.
And now I want to go get a spray tan. Just so I can.
You know what?
I'm not sure how it's gonna go.
Well, you should go to my girl because again, you'll get the full experience.
Do you get to pick like light, medium, or dark?
She asked, and I went with medium. I was like, I'm gonna play it safe. I've said dark before. If I'm going on vacation and like, you know, I'm gonna be in like a bikini. I'll say a bikini. If I'm gonna be in a bikini, I'll say dark because then I'm like, I'll be in the pool. It'll wash off. But this I said medium, and I feel like I really was an Oompa Loompa for 48 hours.
Oh my god.
And so the event that I did go to where I wore the dress, I washed my face like 10 times just to feel more like me. Like I was like, I want it off. I would rather have my face like light and just wear makeup. Like it was, I will show you. But your story, you know what it reminded me of with the cat with the whiskers cut off? You just feel discombobulated.
Totally
like,
discombobulated.
I'm not me, and like, how can I function? On my wedding day, big mistake, I got my hair and makeup done. I didn't do a trial.
Oh.
Like I didn't do a tester to see.
Because
it was a destination wedding, and
you had to go with who was there.
And we did like a rehearsal party, so I got my hair and makeup done for that, but I just didn't have the time. I did all my research to try and find someone really good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, hair's kind of important to me. So I didn't do the tester. I went with good reviews, recommendations. She came. I gave her a lot of guidance. There was a lot of photos. And I didn't want anything crazy. I just wanted like nice soft curls, which basically this is what I would have wanted. I should have known. I was getting tight ringlet curls. Tight. Like little Annie.
Oh
curls.
no. I just had like a visceral, I actually just got like an anxiety attack in my belly on your behalf hearing that. That just like took my breath away.
So they were tight, and then she said, it's humid here. Our wedding was in Key West, Florida. She's like, there's a lot of humidity. You've got a long day. We need to hairspray these curls like a lot because they're all gonna fall. And she's like, I need to do the tight curls so that they will last, and I also need to hairspray the hell out of them so that they won't fall.
Was she planning on brushing them out at all?
So I was watching everything unravel, and it's like I didn't want to be that bride that's like high maintenance, or I get like really grouchy and like bitchy with everyone. But I saw how it was going, and I kind of started panicking a little bit inside because I know my hair well. I know what I wanted. And in my head, I'm like freaking out going, I should have just done it myself. I should have, I don't know, even got my sister to do it. Like just somebody who has a little more common sense of knowing how I wear my hair and how I would have wanted it. Well, she gets done. And also, it took her probably an hour and a half or 2 hours. And I'm looking
oh my God, you're just
mirror,
over sitting there at that point too. You're just like, ah.
And I'm like, oh great, my wedding's in less than an hour. And
you're Annie.
I look like a freak show, and there's going to be all these photos. So the nice person that I am, I didn't say anything. And I paid her like $150-$200 for it. I think I cried. Not a lot because I was like, okay, I blamed it on myself because I didn't do the research everyone does test runs. I didn't do the test run. So I was mad at myself. And then she left and I thought, okay, how can I save this? I think she put like a little bit of it up too. It just wasn't me at all.
Totally.
Even the makeup, same thing.
I don't know what, like, why is there bridal hair and bridal makeup? Why isn't it just pretty hair and makeup? Like, why is it bridal as its own, it's like, what are those, oh my God, like beauty contest.
Yes.
It's like beauty contest. It's like, why not just make it be the person?
Yeah. Because they make it more, everything's more, which again, it shouldn't be.
Unless the person wants it to be. But it's like, I think women want to feel the best version of themselves.
Yes.
Not like this strange one-off version of themselves that's like weird trendle, whatever they're called, ringlet, 19 God knows what. Yeah. Like, what is that? It's or actually like to me, bad hair and makeup for brides is like an epidemic.
It is. And then
it's weird.
Your wedding day becomes unforgettable. I removed half the makeup because they do the big like smoky eye. And it's like, no.
That's not even you.
It was an afternoon beach wedding. Like, come on. Like, it's not a raver at 11 at night. Like, come on. There were no glow sticks in our mouths. Like, we don't need... So, when the girl left with the hair fiasco, I went in the bathroom and I did what anyone else would do. Got out my big paddle brush.
You had to brush that out. Brush it out.
Oh, it's not going to last? I'll show you lasting. I'll show you 20 gallons of hairspray. I brushed it all out. Brushed it. So it had about an hour to kind of like recover. It didn't look... It wasn't as bad as her, but I was joking at the end of the night. The end of my wedding night.
That's where you should have started.
7 hours later.
It was perfect.
7 hours later, the frickin' ringlets came back. They came back. They came back. And I was laughing with my husband because I'm like, she who says I need to hairspray them and do the tight curls because they won't last. I brushed them out as hard as I could and boing.
Wow.
They came back.
I thought you were going to say it settled into where it finally should have begun.
No. Like whenever I get my hair done, I always say no hairspray. And they're like, really? And I'm like, no. I'm like, it's fine. It'll last. Which I don't know. I don't know if it's like texture or what. But also I just I like feeling like I can run my fingers through it and stuff.
No crunch.
So anyways, beauty blunders.
Yeah, I've had legit panic attacks on set of like bad hair and then I have to go act. And I'm like, I literally feel like one eyeball is in my cheek and the other one's coming out of my ear. Like that's how discombobulated I feel like I can't even. But since I was a little kid, like I think it was maybe when my mom sort of like cut my hair in a really bad way at her hair guy into like this horrible cross between Dorothy Hamill and a mullet. No. And so that it would just bounce back into place when I would do like a tumbling thing in gymnastics. And I just became very traumatized by other people doing my hair. And I'm so particular. And it's such an amazing thing when someone does it right. Because you're just like so inspired. You can take your attention off of it. But I'm not a control freak in life. Yeah. I'm really easygoing in that way. But regarding my hair, I am whoa. Oh my goodness.
I know when someone does my hair good, if they cut it well or they style it well, I'm like, don't ever leave me, please.
Yes, it's so valuable.
I will find you wherever you go, even if you block me from your contacts.
You're like, I will hunt you down.
I always give it like a couple appointments and then I'm like I try and be super nonchalant and I'm like, would you ever like be open to maybe coming to my house and doing my hair? You know, like I just try and like tread lightly and see if they might. And because some of them, like, it's like, depending where they work, it's like policy they can't. But then I'm also like, if I know they'll come over and like I can maybe pay them a little bit more, then I've got them. They can go to whatever salon they want or whatever blowout place, and I'm like, I will always have them. It's
like politics and a love relationship.
Yes.
All mixed into one. Just trying to get the hair right. I remember before I had kids, the time I spent on my hair before I had children, I was like, I think back and I'm like, oh my God, like I spent so much time styling my hair and putting importance on my hair, which is why now it's even more valuable because I don't have that kind of time. So when I find someone really good, I'm like, oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you. But yeah.
When my hair's done, like it's just, I don't know, getting ready is like actually fun.
Well, like, it's like a frame. I mean, it really is, it changes your whole, I don't know. Hair is worth spending the time or a little money on because it boosts your morale so much when it's right. When my hair is the wrong color, like for Apocalypse, you know, on the show on Fear the Walking Dead, I go darker because obviously no one's getting highlights in the Apocalypse. And I just, that feels more right for me. And, but at a certain point, it's like so much deposit of color upon color. And if I don't get any like baby lights to break it up, it just becomes this like helmet of mousy nothingness, which is what it was right before I went all blonde. And I was like, oh my God, I pulled my hair back and it was all the under brown. I was like, I don't even know who, like I didn't even recognize myself in the mirror. It's just it is morale. It's like spending the time and money to just feel, I don't know, just to feel better. It really helps your morale.
My husband.
It sounds superficial, right? But it's not.
My husband knows if I have a hair appointment, like usually something more major, like a cut, he'll be like, "Oh gosh," like it's like walking on eggshells.
Because he might have a grumpy wife later.
Until he's like, he never usually checks in during the day, but he knows if I have a hair appointment. Especially if I'm trying someone, because it's like, you know, we've been together for so long now. It's like he knows, oh crap. Like if she comes home and they messed up, which has happened so many times, everyone's going to suffer a little bit.
I know.
Like, because then and I always know, yes, it'll grow back, but it's painful. It's painful.
It's painful on the girl morale, and I feel like girl morale is so important, especially with how much load we're all carrying lately, you know, in the world. And it's like, I mean, it's a service to the wives to like make sure they feel good. And for wives to service themselves and make sure we feel good, you know, and whatever the partners need to do that support that, whether with you go, you take that time, I got the kids, go ahead. Whatever it is, just like treat yourself to having good hair because you'll feel so much better.
Or an orange spray tan.
Or
too. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
I'm now kind of thinking I need to get a spray tan.
Did I sell it?
No, because I'm now like, I feel like it'd be a good base.
Oh, Winnie.
Winnie's snoring, but it sounds like we're farting, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not farting. Winnie's behind me.
You know, I did Keeping the Faith, I did a tanning bed to get that tan.
Oh, gosh.
It was in New York, but it looked great.
Yes.
It's so... The director of photography used these beautiful round... his name was Anastas Mishos. He was this Greek director of photography, and he used these beautiful, you know, just like the Chinese lanterns, those white... You can get like at IKEA or whatever. But he used those rice paper or whatever. He used those a lot as our key light. Or mine anyway, for like a beauty thing. And it made such beautiful light. She's snoring.
It's so not loud. Us. We're not farting.
But it was so beautiful. Wow. And then with my tanned skin, oh my God, I was like, I cannot believe I don't have skin cancer.
We need to
from the tanning beds. So now I'm kind of like, I'm going to see my dermatologist tomorrow. I'm going to ask him, like, I mean, really, like a couple tanning bed sessions? Like, just to get a base? Because my other concern with the spray tan is I'm like purple white underneath. Is that when it starts wearing off, it's so bad. It's like streaky and patchy and depressing. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe this is horrible.
Whenever I go for
tanning
anything skin related, I'm like, okay, disclaimer here. I spent a good 5 solid years in and out of tanning beds. Not only just tanning beds, but the ones that have the extra illuminating facial tan, so you can pay the extra and turn on all of these crazy lights above your face so that you're totally frying your face.
Whoa.
I know. I used to go a lot because I also like the warmth and
I know it's cozy, but it's so bad for you.
I remember going in Austin, so I can't even say I did it like forever. I mean, I did do it in high school, but I remember going once here.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten pretty bad burns doing that too.
Oh man. And then I turn it up to the highest setting.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's so intense. Oh my God.
And then I remember when I would burn, I would be like, oh yeah, like I got
it's gonna get great.
Yeah.
I know my sister used to lay out with like baby oil in the sun. Mm-hmm. They go to the beach and do baby oil. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's definitely not. I used to always cover my face.
Yes.
But I don't know. Or if they could just do like the legs down, just like I feel like my thighs and my legs need a little like legit tan. There's something about the I don't know, the spray tan wearing off. It feels like worse.
Like I love, when you've been somewhere warm for a while and you're outside all the time and you get like, and I know they say cover up your hands, but you look down and you see like your foot being like your foot's tan.
Yeah.
It brings me so much joy because my feet are never tan. So then it's like the sign that I've been like just outside reading a book and enjoying myself in the tropical, Yeah. So tan feet are my goals. I'm just going to go get a spray tan on my feet.
And it didn't get patchy. It looks good.
No, I know.
That's good.
I washed them off pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good hair and spray tans, man. Come on, let's do it.
We're feeling it.
Wear your sunscreen.
Okay, of everything. Don't go to tanning beds. Wear your sunscreen.
You know what's a great one, just before we finish? Yeah. A lot of people get confused on what sunscreen's good for your face. The Ulta MD
that's what I
UV
use.
Clear is fantastic. A lot of dermatologists sell it in their office. You can get it on Amazon or...
That's what I use, but I don't know what's...
Oh, no, not Ulta, because it's Elta.
ELTA.
ELTA, that's right.
But
UV Clear. And it's
clear,
like a 50.
It's clear.
Meaning it doesn't stay white. Like it actually it goes on a little white and then that goes away and it means clear, like it's not white.
Okay. Because mine has a tint to it, but maybe it's... I don't know. I'll show you. Oh, yeah. I'll show you.
You can get that one, too. I don't usually get a tinted one. Do you put it on
under your makeup?
Yeah, I do it before my makeup.
Oh, okay.
I put it on top of my moisturizer, and then I give it a little bit, and then I do my makeup. But the great thing about that one, I had a makeup artist on one of my TV shows tell me, she goes, this sunscreen's so great because you can apply it over makeup, and it doesn't mess up the makeup. So she would, like, if we were filming outside, later on in the day, she'd put some on her hands, and then she would just put her hands on me and just, like, do this, so just tap and blend over the makeup, and it didn't mess up my makeup.
That's great.
Yeah,
because they say like you should always reapply sunscreen. So if you have a good one that you can put over, because you always think once your makeup's done, you don't want to mess it up by putting.
Yeah, on Fear the Walking Dead, because we're all just a mess and dirty anyway. I'll just, and we're filming outside, I'll just stand there, and my makeup artist does the spray one, because then she dirties my face. It's all just like a shit show of mess anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that's a great one. I can't recommend it enough. And they have like body versions, and I think they have a tinted one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the important things.
See you guys soon.